everybody, to another episode of Let's Talk About Web3. I'm here with episode 7 with Onaji B for episode 7 with our two special guests, Nisi and Attabotty. And it's super amazing to have you guys here. I'm excited to get started. I'm going to get us started with a little gratitude. This week, I'm grateful for family. It's been nice to, uh, in the last week, spend a little bit of time with family. And, it's always nice to take that time to appreciate people that put you in the position that you're in, and also is good to just have good fun with family. So I appreciate family this week. How you doing, Onaji B?
Good. This week is interesting. Markets dipping and dropping. I'm thankful for the innovators that are here still. With bigger global missions than just trying to amass as much money as possible, but trying to build tools and things that are going to help society and other humans and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm thankful for this week, especially as markets dipping on us. But it's all good. It's all good.
You want to go first?
Ladies first.
Oh, okay. Well, I am grateful for the abundance of love that I feel in my life from like my family and friends, supporters. Very, very fortunate because, like connection is like so important as as a human being. So I'm very, very fortunate for that.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. I'd say I'm grateful for getting ready to go to Miami. Yeah, that's been on my mind a lot. Excited for just being around some homies, and also, like I said, I had a chance to be in a bit more exhibitions this year, and excited to be a part of that. And yeah, uh, I always have a lot of fun in Miami, so I'm
Yeah.
anticipating this one a lot.
Awesome. Well, why don't you guys get us started a little bit? Just share a little bit about your guys' journey. Like what brought the two of you guys together to Web3, working together. Like give us the background, give everyone a little slice of that history.
Alright, do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Okay, so we've been in Web3 now since May 2023.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, and we would have gotten in sooner, but we didn't because of me. Because I was like, no, we shouldn't. Okay, so the story goes that his mom was seeing how like crypto was blowing up and NFTs and everything like that. So we had been creating artwork together, and so she was telling us like, hey, I think you guys should get into NFTs. So I looked it up, saw the artwork that was being made, and I was like, oh, I'm not that good yet. No one's going to want to buy my stuff. And so I kept telling Ada, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready, until finally literally a year later, I was like, you know what? Like, um, just got to do the things I'm afraid to do. I made a social media account, and then we started posting, and that's how we got into Web3.
Mhm. Yeah, cool. But prior to Web3, was more of just focusing on content creation, making stuff for TikTok and YouTube tutorials, and also like fun content. Um, Although I felt like I was kind of straying away from what I wanted to do with my art, and so Web3 was kind of a great avenue back into doing that because I saw people were like actually focusing on art, and there was a means for them to distribute that, for it to get like recognized in a different way. I really like new tech. I've always been a very tech savvy person, so like seeing how the whole world was shifting in that way, it was very interesting to me. And so, but the biggest thing, I say the biggest draw was being able to get back to doing my work, but because before then I was just doing like a bunch of cat videos and stuff like that.
A bunch of memes.
It's fun, like I still get videos. Like I got this funny one the other day. It was from the biscuit remix I did. It was Taste the Biscuit, and this guy put a whole paragraph because it and so he's like, because I'll start like this. It's a short thing. I didn't finish the whole clip. It was only a minute long, and so he puts this thing. I've scored through the entire internet. I've been through all of these. I've seen every single remix done of this song, and ultimately, I believe I found the holy grail with your remix, but then to be ultimately blue balled by your just immediate cut. So I'm just like, I see stuff like that, and I'm like, I feel like I could get back into that, do that stuff, but it's really important for the art. It's the artwork and like the message behind it, and that I'm thinking on a different scale, on a different way of what to do with the art. Because like I can make a lot of fun videos, but where I find the most everything is like being able to focus on my message, like which my name comes from, Attabotty, and then like this experience that I'm really trying to develop, where it's like the Attabotty experience, where it's like this live audiovisual interactive experience, where it's kind of for those who never had a visionary experience, where it be something that's like at least gets you thinking, having you something close to that, also being able to even just contemplate on life. So building that's very ambitious, and it's something that I have to like dedicate all my energy to, and it's something that I want to like develop towards that every day. And I feel like it's like less gratifying initially, like it's like a longer road, but it's ultimately why I'm in Web3, because I feel like there's a lot of avenues for things like that, and for people who are into those types of things, and just exploring and developing and trying to get to different things one step at a time.
I love that. B, do you want to ask a question? I feel like I don't know how much you guys have chatted, but I still remember meeting Attabotty. In fact, on my favorites the other day, there was a photo on my phone of us meeting for the first time at Jaden Violet's UVR.
All right.
So I was just curious if you wanted to take it away.
Yeah, for sure. I think, and it is very cool to see, so many different pockets of folks like with like-minded missions being able to connect and collaborate. I think that's the whole ethos really around like Web3 and crypto. What have been some of your biggest achievements in Web3, and what are some of your biggest, I guess, yeah, your achievements, your wins, like your proudest moments in Web3?
Right on, right on. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Um, for me, I have found like a big win for me is one, the connections that I've made here. Because I'm very introverted in my personal life. I don't have friends. I have a lot of online friends now, and it's because of Web3. So for me, I feel successful in the friends that I've made and the connections that I've made and the things that we even built with Zol, with the Zao and everything. For me, that was so much fun, having like creatives coming together to work together on a common goal and to uplift one another. I love that creative synergy that we all had. We all had like the same mission. And when you get us all in the same room together physically in real life, like that was just magical. And so for me to recreate those types of experiences, and I've been able to do that with like several different groups of people where we come together to build up a project. For me, that has been like really fulfilling because I did not realize how badly I needed connection because I didn't purposely isolate myself. It was just a very natural thing. I'm like, I like to go out, but I'm very homebody. I like to be on front of the computer making art. So that causes me to be very reclusive, a bit of a hermit. And so being out in the world and actually like having these real life experiences at the event has been absolutely life changing for me. And I'd say something I never would have thought would have come from my art because I didn't even though I've been an artist my whole life, I taught myself how to draw. I got into digital design, graphic design, and animation because my husband was very, very encouraging. He would always see me drawing and drawing on the phone. He's like, "You're an artist. You need to turn this all digitally." And I'm like, "No, I don't think so. I'm not an artist. That's for the people like who are making a bunch of money." And I'm really glad that he really, really pushed that, as well as his mother. And in fact, they surprised me by getting me a Mac and the drawing tablets for Christmas one year. And so and I was very reluctant. Every time they said, we're going to get you these things, I was like, don't. Why are you wasting your money on that? And I remember the first time I got on the programs, I fell in love and was like, okay, yeah, this is something I want to do. But to be honest, it was a struggle for me to see myself as an artist. And it really wasn't until last year when I literally had the epiphany, like, I've been an artist my whole life through the way I like to dress, the way I like to style different things and do design and artwork for people. It's like it's always been there, but I was more like a shadow artist where I didn't like I couldn't admit to myself that I was one. But since I have been able to like take on that role, I've noticed like my life change drastically, and just even entering into Web3. And so many opportunities have come, and I've gotten just so much client work as well from like people seeing my artwork, and then the different clients that I've worked with, like talking to other people about us and what we do, and then getting more clients through like word of mouth and through our network. And so I feel very blessed and very grateful for the opportunities that have come because I decided to pursue, our artistry and things like that. So, and like I was saying before, I never thought this would be an avenue for me, and I was not expecting it to be as fulfilling as it's been. And yeah, I feel very fortunate.
That's awesome. I love that. I think that that's huge. It's a big part of like just taking that leap forward, that leap of faith. And once you do, you realize that that leap wasn't too big of a jump, and there's a lot of opportunities ahead. So I have a question for you, Attabotty. I know some people know of you as a musician. Some people of you know of you as an animator. Some people know of you as a lot of different things. How did you start to learn? What was the first kind of piece of art you feel like you learned? And then how did you start building that kind of toolkit of different skills? And how do you think that relates into success in Web3?
Yeah, no, I have like severe ADD, and so as a kid it plagued me. But in adulthood, I feel like, especially like knowing how to hone in on it and kind of tame the beast. Um, it's been great. So I started off with music. Is definitely my big thing. It's like the place I feel most comfortable in. Just because my mom, she's a vocalist, my brother's a pianist and a band director, and I just had music kind of grown up with it all my life. And so like around, I didn't really take it super seriously until I got into middle school. But then after then, it literally is the only thing like I could focus on, and stuff that I felt very capable in. And I think that was like my first boost of confidence that I could do things. Yeah, I felt like kind of uncapable. I was like in special reading classes and stuff like that, mostly because you know everyone has different upbringings, and my mom, she was super busy, and there wasn't many people like teach me to read and stuff like that. So I had like a hard time reading when I was a kid. Low self esteem, kind of thing like that. Even though I had like no problem making friends, reading was really hard for me. Um, but music was like showing me that I was capable, so I kept doing that. And then I got like into different instruments. I started on saxophone, and then that went to piano, and then started going into percussion, clarinet, flute, and then I played all the different saxophones too. So I was like, I got like I had to get on like everything, and so that was thing. And then what was really great was like production, where I kind of met my match, because there's like so many different angles to it. So like music production, there's like mixing, mastering, tracking, composition, songwriting, the list goes on and on. So was very busy there for a while, and spent like I said, like it's like decades now, doing music production and mastering that and the different levels of that. But in the midst of that, as like Nisi was saying, like trying to get Nisi involved with the digital world more, and because she says she didn't like see herself as an artist, but I hope like you have like access to your sketchbook or something, because there's like sketches. Like I said, she would look at things and she would just be able to print it just by like looking at it, and I always thought that was pretty cool because I can't do that. And yeah, just thought that like she did things digitally, there would be like a lot more she could do with it. Um, as I'm always thinking digitally and stuff like that. So, but the idea was like, I teach her some of the graphic design programs, and just because I was like more familiar with like production and like tech savvy stuff. But then I ended up really liking it, falling in love with it. So like the animation part came later, but I think that I got like a shortcut from the music production.
Oh, hold on. I have to say, he surpassed me like so quickly. When I started learning on my own, and then I asked him for help. And as soon as he got on, like within weeks and months, like he surpassed what had taken me like a year to build up to. So I'm like, okay, you're my teacher now.
there's parallels. It's so much of what, because you read up about animation and like flow and like movement and like dramatic like movement and everything like that. It's just like theater, and it's just like music, and everything is all connected. So and on top of that, I think my other thing is that I've dealt with programs that were all time based and sequence based. So I've been dealing with like a playhead forever. So like video editing is another one that came easier to me because of that, because I just been dealing with like a, a playlist and a playhead and a time based thing. But because of that, and also in music like when you're doing like FL Studios, you do automation where you're like turning up the volume or turning down a filter up and down and stuff like that. You do that all in animation, except like you're controlling this wrist and then this finger and then this finger, and then it's like it all adds up and it looks like a big mess of
It
spaghetti.
looks so messy.
But it's like once you like know that and you're like used to it, it's like it was just building on that fundamental type of thing. But now I'd say I consider myself definitely more of an audiovisual artist, because of like now I can do like 3D animations, 2D animations. Want to get more into like I'm doing an AR activation right now for BitBasil, that I'm trying to get in time. The visual aspect.
I got a video here that I'll selfishly play, but we'll say before it, not only is this Attabotty performing, but he video edited it in the video and also created the graphics.
Let's go,
Too sick. Too sick. Just multi hyphenate, crazy talent, going crazy. I love it.
Hey,
I love
thank you.
Yeah, that was a really cool experience to just watch you perform for the first time and be like, "Oh wow, like I could just like watch this for the rest of my life. Like I could just keep on watching this." Like, it's very very interesting. And even just then, I was like, I feel like most people would only play a portion of it, but I was like, I have to listen to the whole thing. So yeah, I appreciate everything you guys did for that event and just like coming out and vibing out, and then just like not only doing the video editing, but then like and not only creating that overlay for you, but all of the musicians, all of the people that we were trying to support and bring up and uplift as artists. So I think that was just for me just an awesome experience, and to just continue to see you guys grow over now. I mean, like that was a year and a half 2 years ago, but to just kind of see everything kind of continue to grow. And for me, I've always been told success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, and I feel like you two embody that to a T. So it's been really exciting to see your guys' journey, and I want to share that because that was such a monumental moment in my life, and that was also where all four of us were together for the only time. So yeah, because B made it out there. So
That's
yeah,
no, that's so cool. I remember that was a fun night.
Mhm.
We did good.
yeah.
Big facts. Big facts. Candy's in the building. She said hi to both of y'all.
Hey,
Oh,
how you
hey,
That's
doing,
what's
Candy. Hey,
up.
Sam.
Yeah,
That's what's
no,
up.
it's been pretty wild because you were also a part of like our second Wave Wars battle just because you were like, okay, like I'm willing to put myself into this because you guys are, playing around with this, testing it, trying to figure it out. And I appreciate you for that, but we definitely are gonna need to get your guys's not only music but some type of animations set up for something like a Wave Wars. It could be really cool to battle to animations in some sense, because no one else will be able to do it like you guys. So maybe we should talk about that more on the side end. But no, I think it was just a real blessing to have you as such an early supporter and contributor to everything I was doing, and then to just see everything that you could do out of body. But then, between the two of you guys are really an awesome power couple in this business world to just be able to make some awesome art. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys for being here.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having us, and
Yes, appreciate it a lot.
it's been interesting lately because I think like for the first time ever, we're doing more of like independent art where Nisi's got like her own set of pieces she's putting in Miami, and then same thing on my side, and it just feels so weird.
Yeah.
It's cool though because you see where our like because usually it's all meshed together, you know, all everything that we put out, it's like a little bit of both, but this it's like you could really see where Nisi leans into things and then where I lean into stuff, and it's been fun, but feeling lonely.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for when we start creating another piece together again,
Mhm.
because I've learned a lot recently from doing my own projects, and I'm so, like just extremely impressed by what he's been able to do and what he's learned. I don't know how to do that, so you're just very modest. But no, I don't know how to do what he knows how to do, and I'm excited because I want to be able to learn that as well. But like I think it just really opens up our horizons of like what we're capable, because there's ideas that we've had for many years, but we did not have the skill set to do it. And so now I'm excited because I'm like, you learned the stuff we needed to know so we could do that project. So I am like, we need to get on that project.
The future's getting pretty cool.
Well, do you guys want to tap into that? I know you guys are mentioning a little bit about Art Basel coming up.
Mhm.
Do you want to chat a little bit more about what you guys are thinking? As 2025 is kind of winding down, coming into 2026. You know, being artists, the cool thing is like a portion of just making art is like you can kind of sit down and put your head down, whether however the market is doing. But I know being able to be tapped in with this Web3 world, there's been a lot of opportunities in 2025. You guys have been able to be at and around, and then just kind of curious what your plans are for kind of coming up.
You go first this time.
Okay, I'll go first. Yeah, so I think that this year was a big year of learning, and so with the next year, I'm feeling like I'm getting ready for my next phase, which I'm giving myself about 5 years to do it. Um, so and it rounds up perfectly because it's 2026 to 2030. Trying to get to that point where I want to have the live shows where I want them to be, um, and the audiovisual experience that I'm trying to create. Um, been making. I was trying to be a little bit fast about it. I feel like before, and I found out immediately like something I want to take my time with, slow build and do it right. And so this year was like kind of just like getting a lot of different experiences and testing out things, and going, okay, maybe I want to dabble in this a little differently, and like, there's a thing I'm trying to curate here. And so with that, there's also a lot of ambitious things like pieces of the puzzle. um, so what my goal is to eventually get to, and maybe it's kind of cool, we can like timestamp this, but um, my goal is eventually to get to a performance and production level of Anima. And for those who don't know, he's the one who just had that performance in Giza with the pyramids behind him. It was fantastic, but he's known for these audiovisual experiences where he's obviously DJing in the center of a beautiful stage, but he's got these incredible light shows where he has big LED wall. One of his famous ones is where he has like this 3D guy connected with all these like ropes of glowing and shit. So cool. And it's like he gets connected, and as he like goes like that, puts his arm up, the whole stadium lights up in that one direction and the other one connects, and it's like super interactive like that. And I'm just like, it's just pizzazzed, and it's like putting something I couldn't like really put my finger on what I wanted to do, but just seeing him like that and doing stuff like that, it's like that mimetic, education, or when you see something and you really have a ability to kind of like put an essence of what I'm trying to do. And so I'm giving myself that 5-year plan starting this year. I'm just kind of getting prepared for that psychologically, to be committed to something like that, and to figure out all the backgrounds around it too, especially for funding and all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah. Touch designer. Exactly. Yeah. So again, finding the right professionals. I already have some people that I know. Shout out Phil Often, super amazing dude. He's helping me with a lot of things. And there's a lot of people that I got to build up, a lot of things I got to build up, a lot of stuff that I got to do to get to that point. It's not just A to B. So this year for me is learning everything that I need to do to initiate that stuff. And 2026 is going to be a year of a lot of focus and dedication, I'd say.
It's good stuff. It's a solid goal. Get there. Let's get there, everybody. You got it. No, I definitely can see exactly what you're talking about. Just that visual, but it's cool just being able to be in Web3 and in this new like creator economy where it's okay to kind of get inspiration from other places, and still a bunch of the creators know the ethos around kind of Web3, and knowing like not copying but just taking inspiration from something and making something your own. And I know that both of you guys have been a really good just example of how to do that and how to do that well in Web3. So just keep killing it. This like we're all creating this new creator economy, which is cool too, because people are able to monetize their creations, monetize their work. I'm seeing more and more artists, designers, creatives becoming like quote unquote business people through Web3, and I think it's a hugely valuable thing that I'm sure you guys both already know.
Yeah, no, and to that point too, it's one of those things. I'm also trying to incorporate a lot of Web3 ethos, but technologies into the performance as well. I don't know about you guys. I'm a big time collector of things, and I always had this thing where I'm trying to get it where people see music back in that collector mindset, back in that fine art mindset, where and this is a thought, because I've been thinking about this, like how can we make music fine art again, like the way it was back in like Beethoven's day, and it's like, well, maybe the fine art part is where you see the live experience, actually being there at a really nice stage, really nice theater like that, going the extra mile to experience that. And so where it's like everything amping up for that, but at that same time, well, if there's some collectability about that, where the ticket, the one of the things we're exploring is little trinkets that people can have when they go to the events, and that it has utility, but it can also do things. Don't want to give away too much, but that it could have interactions with performances and stuff. Really cool stuff like that. And again, have to get the people lined up, and it's so cool because it's like the universe is lining this stuff up. I got back from Marfa, and there's so many people that I met where they're like the exact people I needed to meet. And but yeah, I wanted to all be like very casually on chain, very like you can't. It's just part of the experience. You do this, and then like everyone says, it's the you want to have it where people don't even know it, and that's a part of what building this is all about too. Is like doing that because I think it's super cool, and having fun with it, having fun with life. Yeah, definitely Web3 and all that the tech, it just allows for so many fun things. So
A million
Also,
percent. I was
but
just gonna say I
also
like
go
that the
ahead.
abstracting portion, right? Like abstract it away as much as possible, especially as a creator. And there's so many cool things you can do with live performances, and I'm excited to see what you guys do with it because I haven't been too into live performances in my life because I've never had like a reason to get involved, but I've heard of and seen different artists having like crazy fandoms for very specific reasons, and it's because they care about some specific audience experience and those individuals crave coming to those experiences. So like I've seen it, I definitely can see that potential with like integrating so many of these Web3 pieces. And I'm just excited for it. What were you gonna say, B?
I was gonna say also, but it is cool to see both you guys embracing like the Web 2 tools and stuff that is out there. Just gaining that knowledge in digital art and all those tools as well too, and not completely discarding all of that cool tooling that's out there. So it is cool to see creatives that are dabbling in Web 3, but also just in embracing tech on their creative journey overall, which is amazing. And I think you guys have both seen like the fruits of embracing that. So yeah,
A
that's
million
what's up. Shout out to y'all.
percent. I got the video that whenever you're ready, by the way, and you guys want to share it, I got the video queued up here. So just let me know when we're
cool.
we're ready to rock it. And
Yeah,
we'll
I
go from there.
would like to give an intro to it, maybe a little.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Please let us know what we're about to watch.
Hey, let's go. Yeah. I'm excited about that one. It's like I don't know. You've seen those little miniature things, right? Where there's like it's zoomed out and there's a lot of detail in small little spots, and really like works like that. So wanted to experiment with something like that, um, but at the same time, it was I just got back from Marfa and I just had my socks blown off. Not only by the artists and the experience of being there, but like the scenery too. I come from West and love the desert and haven't really been back to the desert in over a decade. And so going back to the deserts and the sunsets like that, really, man, it just got me so good. So this is an art piece that I was originally going to be paying homage to Marfa, but it was more so actually like paying homage to like coming home and returning home, like that feeling, and then like being in that essence, and then also realigning myself artistically. And so in this piece, it's called Self Abduction, and it's kind of like I'm kidnapping myself to bring myself back. Um, but yeah, I'll let the piece speak for itself, and then it's only 20 seconds long, but it's an infinite loop meant to be on like as a as an artwork, animated artwork, just on repeat. Yeah, that's my introduction, and then I'll speak more on it. Oh no, are we covering up the bottom?
Oh, here, let me get rid of us.
Yeah, let's go. It's the little guy.
Holy crap.
So all this is eventually going to have music, or not music, but sound effects to it,
And then it will loop.
and then it loops. Yeah. So basically, the guy who comes from around the back is like
Yeah.
in mid conversation with the other dude, and then he's like, "Hey, what the heck?" But yeah, so this one's called Self Abduction, and the alien's kind of metaphorically abducting me, and I'm the alien. I'm also the cowboy on the bottom. Rather than me as being the complacent, kind of just like sitting in like, in awe of everything, but not just like, being more, I guess, like aloof, and then having something shake me out of that reality and back into like fucking we're on a ball floating around and the lightning speed around the sun, and just like just getting me back to that, because that's where I like to. That's like my center. I don't like to be in that spot where I'm looking at a car. I like to look at a gas engine that's like exploding and then pistons firing off in order to move the tires. It it's just like, I don't know. I think it's like it just keeps me feeling okay, because the more I go the other way, it's like slipping into the NPC realm and the Matrix, and you know, that's no fun.
Talk about it. Oh, that piece is amazing. It's super sick.
Hey,
You
thank
killed
you.
it on that for sure. No, I'm excited to keep us posted when you got like the sound effects and all that good stuff added in.
Right, right.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, that is super cool, because like that one's all animated in Blender, so that's like a whole 3D scene. The mountains were pictures of that. When I was in Marfa, I'd taken pictures. I was able to extract those images and turn them into 2D vectors that I was able to plant in my scene. The stars were when we were at the ranch, and you could see the whole Milky Way. It's so hard to get the picture of it, but I did my best. The best picture of stars I ever got. That's the background there. Just try to make those real world things. There's in the gas station. There's this place is a rundown gas station, but somebody put for the price of the gas at $4.20.69. Grabbed a picture of that. That's like the sign for the gas stations. A lot of cool experiments and things that were successful in that one. Excited for people to see it in Miami.
No, that was an
Sick.
awesome animation.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for sharing it with us. Yeah, no, I like the alien abduction. Sometimes it definitely feels like that in Web3. So I like that you use so many portions of that like real world experience and put that into the art, like quite literally. And that's really cool to kind of now hear a little bit more about that. I'm gonna pull it up one more time as
Oh,
well.
cool.
Yeah, we'll put it in the corner so it can keep playing. But yeah, no, now I'm seeing some of those other things you said. So I love it. The ship's beautiful. So so this is one piece that's going to Miami. What else are you guys showcasing in Miami, or like where else are you guys showcasing?
Well, he's.
Oh,
I don't. We were talking about you, so you could finish.
I got one other piece. It's not. Well, it's not. I got two other pieces, but one's an AR activation that I'm trying to get done for Bit Basil. I have feel like a very strong idea. It's just optimizing it, because AR has like all kinds of constraints with how the file size limit, and that's a pain. But essentially, I'll do the storyboard for you. It's a cracked. I wanted to do this for Zaucella.
Yeah, we just didn't have time.
But I didn't have time for it, so I finally got to it this year. So it's a cracked screen, and so you put your camera to it, you do the activation. The cracked screen, when you do the activation, bursts open, and a dinosaur comes out, roars at you, and then he's about to lunge at your face. And right as that happens, an alien ship goes and grabs him, and it's the same alien ship in that piece. It connects the two pieces together. But in there, with the AR activation, you'll be able to look up. You'll be able to see the alien ship grab the alien. It's a Velociraptor, and I have it all done. The animation's done and everything. But you pop it into the hologram, or excuse me, into the AR. I don't know why I said that. To the AR app, and she's got to optimize the scene like left and right, just bring down the vertices and everything. But yeah, so I'm excited about it. But I'm really excited about Nisi's piece. I think it's my personal favorite that she's done. It's fantastic. Are you going to show it tonight?
I sent it to, I don't know if you've seen it, Zal. I sent it to you on Sunday when I was talking to you about artwork, but I'm not sure if you had seen it or not. But if you don't have it there, I can have can you like resend it? I think it's in your Telegram.
It's in my Telegram? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can also send him the Mike Nash one. Send him that one first, actually.
Okay, that one's got a cool story behind it.
That's why I was thinking.
While I get that, I'll tell you about it. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Should I tell the story now? Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one I want to show you is the Mike Nash collaboration that I did back in September when I went to Camp FOMO. It was actually a very spontaneous thing. Ada was like, hey, I rented a car and we're taking a family trip to Nashville. And I was like, what? I usually like to be I like to plan and prepare for things, but one thing I promised myself to start doing is being more spontaneous, because he is extremely spontaneous, and I'm like, I need to have my to-do list. I need to have everything checked off. Everything has to be planned out before I do anything. But that kind of really gets in the way, because I feel like part of being creative is being spontaneous. And so I've kind of had like an artist block for a while. I'm really good at finishing projects for other people, but all my projects are left uncompleted. And it was really getting to me, because I was like, it actually starts like messing with me in a way where I'm like, am I really an artist if I can't even complete my own projects? Because you should see all the ones that I started and have not completed. And so, but this year I have worked on the most art I have ever worked on from all the client work I did. And so I was so busy I couldn't even be on social media. I didn't have like the bandwidth for it, and now I'm trying to like get back into it, because I really miss being online and talking to my online friends. I feel like so disconnected from that part a little bit. But while I was there, Mike Nash brought all of this paint. He brought canvases, and then he had this idea like, hey, like, what if I draw my skellies and then, ask everyone if they want to be a part of a collaboration? I thought that was a wonderful idea. And so I said, yeah, go talk to everyone else. Like, I'm totally down. If everyone else wants to do it, I do too. And so I had been talking to him about like, my block, and how I was also trying to find my style, because I realized like I'm kind of like a chameleon. I feel when it comes to art, like I feel like I can like imitate a lot of styles, but then I didn't really know what my style was. And so talking to him really really helped me, and he kind of just talked about how like spontaneity is like creative play. And I had realized how I do not allow myself to play ever when I am creating. It's all about structure. I was like, oh wow, I'm like a very rigid person. I don't want to like it really holds me back from creating. And so I remember that first night when we were creating, I noticed that structure part of me coming out and wanting to see what the piece would look like before it was done. And I kept thinking what Mike Nash told me is like, no, you just let it flow. You don't think about the end product. You just think about what you want to create. Like, but like intuitively, just let like whatever comes to mind happen. And the first night was a struggle, like big time. And but then the second day when I woke up, I went straight to the cafeteria and went to painting. And that's when I started feeling the flow come out. And so through that process, I learned the importance of creative play, and I've been trying to continue to bring that to the art pieces. That way, I can also like revitalize the ones that I stopped working on. But the one, did you send it yet?
I
Oh,
did.
you did? Okay, so I
I
didn't
sent
see.
both of them.
Oh, okay. So the Mike Nash piece is the one with the Skelly, and yeah, um, that was a lot of fun. Geek Myth, I don't know if you guys know. Well, I know Zal knows Geek Myth, but he liked it so much. He
Okay.
told me, "Why don't you animate this?" And so I did. And but like the original is a physical that then I made into an animation.
That's too sick.
Mhm.
Loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the little animated pieces make it so much more for sure. You know.
Thank you. It
That's
was a
cool.
lot of
Okay.
fun to allow my brain to breathe, I guess is how I could say it.
No, that's crazy. I love it.
You know,
I'm just
super
looking
trippy.
around at everything. Yeah,
Mhm.
there you
Yep,
go. And I
Yoni's in the
also have
building. He
the
said that's
other.
sick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What would you want to tell the story about the other one? I also have the other one here, and it's friggin'
Yeah,
beautiful as well.
thank you. That one's called Eternal. Um, Time for me this year felt so disorient. Like I felt very disoriented with time. I felt like months felt like days, and then days felt like weeks. Wait, did I say that correctly? I don't know if I said it correctly, but like it just felt so off. Like I remember the summer went by like I felt like 2 days, and then there was times like when I was in Denver and I felt like I was there for months. It was like the weirdest way to experience time, and it has been like that this whole entire year, where it wasn't like continuous, how I usually perceive it. And so this piece Eternal is a kind of like a reflection of how I felt this past year.
Loving it.
Okay, so it turns out I did not have it up. I swear I thought I downloaded it. Give me a moment. I'm still trying to find it. Share. I really like that. Here, while I find it, I'm gonna pop this guy back up. I really like this piece. So you said initially Mike Nash is the one that drew the Skelly, or you guys did the collab initially together,
So
and then you animated it.
So he had all these canvases, and he on all the canvases he drew different like, because Skellies are his main like character, right? Okay, so yeah, so he's known for like his Skelly. He's another animator, and I love his work. And he does like skateboarding animations, surfing animations. They're really cool. And so like what he actually let me take another one home, but he gives us a canvas just like this, and then he tells us to do whatever we want on it. In fact, he's going to probably do that again in Miami, and I'm like really excited for it. But yeah, and so then he had all kinds of paints, like markers that were like paintbrushes, and then like I felt like a little kid in a candy store with the amount. I think I texted you all a picture of all of the stuff that was on the table. It was like, yeah, like, yeah, it was incredible. It was so much fun. I was just so thankful that he did that, because like everyone had a lot of fun. It was an incredible experience.
Awesome. Well, I have the timepiece up here as well.
Check
so
this.
now I will pull it up. Boom.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I love it.
This one's my favorite.
I love the eye at the center.
Thank you.
I know, Attabotty, you said you're rocking Blender for yours. Nisi, what programs are you using for your animation software?
Oh, Blender as well. I do grease pencil though, so I do the 2D side. But what's really cool about Blender is that you, even in 2D, you're working in 3D space. So if I were to like show you, like if I turn this, you would see all the different layers like kind of like stacked up like that. And yeah, it's a lot of fun to play with. I love Blender.
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaw's in the chat. Said that's crazy. Fire for sure.
Oh, thank you.
I think the digital part, because like, you know, I feel I align kind of heavily with that Nisi, just being like you know, a pencil artist or, you know, painter or something like that, and then transitioning into digital. But once you transition into digital, it is so cool because, you know, like Attabotty is familiar with that timeline. Once you get in that timeline and you start animating things, it's like you're in a whole new realm of like digital creation. And I think now, especially more than ever, is like there's such this emphasis on just multimedia in general. It's like everything is like, you know, music and moving and sound and picture, and everything's kind of just meshing together. And I think a lot of like traditional artists are having a lot of fun in the digital realm, being able to dabble with, you know, flirting with time, which is really cool. So yeah, which this piece is, you know, probably hinted at by itself. So this is wild. I like it.
Thank you. And Naj, you probably experienced this, like when you transition from like doing physical art to doing digital. Anytime I do that and I'm doing like I start sketching again, and I want to press Control Z, and I'm like, God dang it, I really like this line. I just want to move it over just a little bit, but you can't. And like that's like one thing I love about the digital world is like you like that perfect little line you just made, but it's in the wrong area, you can just move it. Or Control Z. It's just like the flexibility is really there. But there is like some flexibility when you paint, like you can paint over your mistakes. So that's one thing I do like about like physically painting. But going between the two is so funny because I always find my left hand wanting to press like the Control Z button constantly. I'm like, what are you doing? But yeah.
That's awesome. It's
Yeah, no,
pros and cons in both mediums for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's really cool seeing some of your guys' art. I would love it be if you want to ask one last question, and then we'll kick it off to someone else out there in the Twitch seas. But yeah, Bree, I really appreciate you guys for coming on. It is always a blessing to chat with you guys, and it's been a minute since we've been able to put something out there. So I think it's really cool to see all of the things you guys have done artistically, and I'm just excited to see everything in Miami and all the photos and all the fun things that come along with that. But I'll kick it over to you, B.
For sure. I think my favorite question for all of our guests is like, where can we stay tapped in and tuned in? Like, what different socials are you guys always on, and different things like that? And for those of us that can't be, in Miami celebrating all you
Mhm.
guys' Basil success and all that good stuff, where can we, continue to see the art and celebrate you both as artists? Let us know.
Well, I'd like to. One of the biggest things is that we're trying to get back into socials. I took a bit of a break. It was kind of going into monk mode, and very thankful for it. Just getting away from the stress of feeling like you have to post every day and all that stuff, and then being able to reorient and go, "This is what I'm going to post every day." Um, it's been very nice, and so uh, would be able to find us more definitely on X or Twitter, depending on how you want to go by it. And then also, I'm trying to push a lot more for Instagram because Instagram's doing a great job of visually portraying things and getting people and like having a nice visual feel, especially when you go on somebody's profile. So, want to be exploring that a lot more and putting in my feed a lot more of that stuff. So you can find me Attabotty, as my name is ATTABOTTY .com, or all the socials. But biggest ones I'm pushing for is Instagram and X, but also for YouTube as well. But YouTube is a bit of a bigger ambitious grind, so you'll see
Bit of a
more.
monster.
Yeah, immediate stuff coming up soon from those things, especially from anything in Miami and stuff. So, and then how about you?
Yeah, just he's going through like a whole rebrand at the moment, and that's why we went into monk mode for that reason. Didn't have much of a bandwidth to go on socials, but I'm starting to post a little bit more again. You can find me on X mostly. My name is Danici, and it's DA__NICI. That's it, right? I had to change it.
Two
So
underscores.
2 underscores. So I
between
want
the
to make sure
dot
that's
and
the right one.
DC.
But yeah, I'm hoping to get back into posting on Instagram and just posting in general. I have also been posting on my Farcaster, and on there I think I'm Danici, or maybe Danici.art, one of the two. I should have probably looked at my socials before saying this.
No, it's awesome to have you guys. I'm super excited to see what kind of keeps on cooking in Miami, and see all of the cool pieces of art presented in their form. So thank you guys for joining us. I am going to rock us out here, and make sure you catch Attabody and Nisi in the digital waves, and
Just want
maybe
to
in person.
thank you so much to both of you
Yeah,
for
thank you
having us
guys.
on. This was a lot of fun. I really appreciate